Hello and welcome to today's video. So this time we're going to be taking our second look through original PlayStation 1 games running on the Anbernic RG351M. Now, as we saw first time round, we've not had any problems at all with running any original PlayStation 1 games on this device. They seem to run really smoothly, and having the benefit of two analog sticks if you need them is fantastic. Here's an absolute classic, a Crash Bandicoot. It's funny, I was never a massive fan of these games back in the day, but I've grown to love them a little bit, and certainly the Back in Time one's quite fun. This one was the very first one. It's, this first bit in particular is quite annoying. Oh, this one's quite a bit of a laugh. Duke Nukem, Land of the Babes. Didn't mind a bit of Duke Nukem. And certainly always remind the Duke Nukem games always sort of reminded me of the sort of the Doom layout. I'm not quite sure what the importance is of the babes in question. But just like a little environment to explore. Quite good fun, this one. Really easy to control. Always good to have a bit of a blast. Excuse my brief reflection there. Some games are more intense than others, and I try and hold the Anbernic as close as I can, but with that beautiful glass front on it, trying to film is a nightmare, to be honest. I actually filmed these Anbernic videos with all the lights off and just the curtains open to try and avoid the glare of like the spotlights and things like that. But even then, I need to try and get it so it's not reflecting my head. But no, this is an absolutely great game, Einhander. And this is a sideways scrolling shooter. And the sort of environment they're in is a bit like Blade Runner. Quite, you do actually sort of feel that your ships are quite powerful. But it's certainly not the easiest game to play. It's on a par with R-Type, I guess. But yeah, if you've never played this one, definitely worth it. Einhander. Great little shoot 'em up. And perfect, I think, for this sort of device, where I tend to use it on a pick up and play basis rather than playing like a long RPG for hours. It's just not the sort of thing I tend to do on these sorts of devices. I just like a quick fix gaming session, hour or so, and then I'm done. And that's what some of these PlayStation games are perfect for. Absolutely perfect. This is a Mortal Kombat, or one of the ones I don't remember ever playing. The Special Forces version of Mortal Kombat. Played lots of versions over the years. Typical sort of intro for the period. It's certainly quite cool. This is taking on the sort of Street Fighter idea, but from a top-down isometric viewpoint. And I got to admit, the one thing I found playing this game was I just thought that the guys that you're beating up just took a little bit too long to knock down, and I would have preferred it if they'd have not been quite as tough as they are. They just took a little bit too long to knock them out. So I don't really know if this was a big hit back in the day, but you know, it carried the Mortal Kombat name, so it must have had some fans. Now this one was a veritable hit, wasn't it? Ridge Racer Type 4 from Namco. And although they might seem a little bit old hat nowadays, back when the PlayStation 1 was new, this was really something. I mean, I enjoyed this one more than Gran Turismo, which was the other racer that I played a lot of back in the day when I had my original PlayStation. And the last time I really got into Ridge Racer was on the PlayStation Portable, the very first one of that. In fact, it was a launch game for the PSP, and I remember I had a Japanese import copy of it, which I literally played to death. It was just amazing. I couldn't believe what I was playing back then. So I've heard it said that with some of these games, like this is, you know, you do a couple of laps of this circuit, that once the game has actually loaded the first lap, and it's sort of in the cache memory, second lap round, things speed up. But to be honest with Ridge Racer, it was good right off the bat here. I didn't really pick up any sort of slowdown, so yeah, I just think it was great. Soulblade X. Now this is one I don't really remember playing back in the day. My go-to beat 'em up was Tekken 3, but this one's great. This is really satisfying. Nice big characters on the screen. They fill the screen up there, and you know, it seemed really easy to control. I really didn't go into it in that much depth, but it was not a difficult game to play. And you find your feet straight away, which is all you really want. I haven't got time to be learning, you know, dozens of moves on a particular character. I just want to pick it up and smash hell out of someone. And you can do that on this very easily. Great stuff. Very satisfying. And perfect for pick up and play fighting. Cool. Well, I feel I left the best till last. Now this one's called In the Hunt. I don't know if you ever have heard of this one, but I'm sure you've heard of Metal Slug and the Metal Slug series. Well, the team that created Metal Slug, before they ever did any of those games, this was their very first game, called In the Hunt, and it's an undersea adventure where you're piloting a little mini submarine, and there it is. Exactly the normal sort of rules apply. Enemies come in from front, behind and above, and you upgrade your little submarine as you go along. Absolutely fantastic little sideways shooter. So you shoot obviously in front of you, and you can send the sort of the charges up to shoot stuff up above the surface and above you. It's got those cool sort of cartoony style graphics that you recognise from the Metal Slug games. It's one I never had or never even knew about back in the day, but if I had have known about this, I would have been all over this. It's just right up my street. Excellent, excellent fun, these games. And definitely very playable today. And once again, this sort of fits my criteria of a retro game that you can just pick up and have a blast. And there's obviously you can continue on these. You can go as far as you want. You just keep continuing until you actually finish the game, if that's what you want to do. But these have got a very, very distinctive art style, and I just love it. Sort of slightly cartoony. It's great. So there is another little selection of some of my selected PlayStation 1 games, and I'd be more than happy to do some more videos. So I do invite suggestions. So if there's particular games that you would like to see me covering in a third PlayStation 1 video for the RG351, I'd be more than happy to try and find them and put them to the test. But so far, I've not had any sort of issues. I've not seen any slowdown, no graphical glitches. The RG351 handles them with ease, which is sort of what you would expect. Thanks very much for watching today. If you have enjoyed the content, do please give it a thumbs up, and do please consider subscribing for regular vintage RG351 action. If you're on the fence about buying one of these, many of my viewers have bought them from Droix in London. They do next day service. If you look in the description down below, you get 5% off anything that you buy at the site, which is worth it when these they sell for about 100 quid or so. And thank you for watching today, and I shall look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye.